So recently, Warner Brothers released the teaser trailer for the Minecraft movie that everyone's been waiting for, and fans are horrified by it. Everyone seems to hate something about this, regardless of whether it's being called woke. Everything just seems to be bad. They missed the mark.
Let's skip woke and just say bad.
Yes.
I mean, it could be both. We don't know yet. We are going to probably review this one. It's a big deal. And video game movies are hit or miss.
Look, Jack Black, he's what? He's now 1 for 2. He was in Borderlands, right? Nobody liked Borderlands, but people like him in Super Mario Brothers. So is he about to go 1 for 3 after this one fails?
Yeah.
All right.
I think they said he threw his bandmate under the bus just to keep his role in this movie.
Oh, I don't
funny.
know.
But I don't know if I
was
believe
already
that.
done filming by that point. The timeline doesn't add up on that. Let's watch this trailer again. Rip to this episode because Warner Brothers is copyright claiming the shit out of this right now. And who can blame them when apparently nobody seems to like what they're watching? But let's go ahead and give it a shot. You guys, let us know what you guys think. It doesn't matter if you have played the games. I think all of the tropes and problems you'll see with this are universal in their application from Hollywood, which is not being able to read the room with the way that they cast and shoot these trailers. So here we go.
Right this way.
What the hell?
Anything you can dream about here, you can make.
Who are you?
I am Steve. Okay.
This guy is such a tool bag.
Right this way.
Look, every so often Hollywood gets it right these days, and then they do this and then just set themselves back 5 years.
They never learn. So what is the current like to dislike ratio on the YouTube
If you guys are wondering
trailer?
where it's sitting, let me refresh here. We are sitting at 759,000 downvotes to 477,000 upvotes.
Yeah, that's
rough.
That's not looking good for them.
I want to actually before we get into more, I did want to address that aspect of it. There's a $20 one right there first.
From Ryan, new poll: Minecraft movie son or emoji movie daughter? Oh, I forgot
Neither.
about the emoji movie.
So I was curious. I was thinking of other movies that might be thought of in this sphere and how they fared as far as the like to dislike ratio. So here's some other ones that have come out. Borderlands sits at 75,000 upvotes to 112,000 downvotes.
Yeah.
So that's actually not even as bad.
Well,
percentage-wise.
less people cared about the Borderlands movie to begin with.
Now, here's a better example of a good one. This is Jack Black winning with the Super Mario Brothers movie, which had 283,000 upvotes to just 16,000 downvotes. Who are the people without a soul who downvoted that one?
The Mario movie was a hit.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Was that you?
Yeah.
All right. Wait, why?
I'm just kidding.
Okay. It would have been funny if you
Never
was like,
mind.
I fucking hate that movie. And then this was a better example, which I think was Jumanji, which, you know, it's not loved because most people who are my age have a strong affection for the Robin Williams Jumanji from 1995, which is obviously very, very different from what they did in this film. 200,000 upvotes to just 56,000 downvotes. That movie made $960 million at the box office.
That's crazy.
So what I imagine is that when you look at this movie with The Rock and Kevin Hart, maybe that what they were thinking is like, we can make like a Jumanji-esque type movie.
With Minecraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jack Black and Jason Momoa were the only people I recognized in that trailer.
Well, I mean, a lot of people would
Orange is
say
the
that
New
The
Black
Rock
movie.
and Kevin Hart were the most recognizable ones in the Jumanji trailer.
Yeah.
But first of all, they must have paid Jason Momoa a lot of money.
Did you see his haircut?
Yeah,
What's going on with
I
that?
thought he cut all his hair off. Maybe it's a wig.
They had to put him in a wig.
I thought he cut all his hair off.
I
Maybe
don't
he filmed
know.
it beforehand.
I'm looking at some of the first reactions. Forbes says the first Minecraft trailer is here and it's horrifying. Utterly horrifying in almost every conceivable way. Some of the comments, one said, my expectations were low.
But
they should
holy
have been
shit.
lower.
Yeah.
I went through the 7 stages of grief in 1 minute and 20 seconds.
It will be very interesting to see if this translates to box office success. Look, I've given up ever trying to predict what the numbers will be on films like this. Clearly, internet sentiment isn't always indicative of real world interest. Yeah. Those are vastly different things. I don't know.
One person said this seems more like a parody trailer that some YouTuber would make to show what a stupid idea this would be, not a movie made by a professional studio like Warner Brothers.
Also, here's another problem. It is like for like On Command, the media started running cover. So Kotaku wrote this article. Sorry, the Minecraft movie isn't meant to be for you. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out.
So their
for 'em.
argument is that this is made for 9-year-olds.
The idea of that a movie starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa being a movie for 9-year-olds is insane.
Well, it's mostly insane because of how long Minecraft has been popular. Obviously, people who grew up with it are full-blown adults now. It doesn't just have a fan base for kids. You couldn't make that argument about the FNAF movie either, and that did incredibly well.
Yeah, and that was released
Probably cost less money than this one by far.
That would have been another example of another movie in this realm that did very, very well.
A video game movie that did very well and was very positively received. A lot of the criticism from people all across the political spectrum was that they hated the character design and the costuming.
Yeah.
One said,
Is that the first thing you noticed? Was just how ugly everything looked?
Yeah, I was wondering if the plot was like in the 80s.
Yeah.
Their outfits look totally 80s.
Yeah, I don't get
And I
it,
don't know
what
if
they're
it
going
was
for
it was
here.
around back then even.
The character design is atrocious. I get assigning colors to characters so they can stand out, but this is too much. Why do they have Jason dress like a bodybuilder Barbie? If they're trying to play off of Minecraft skin diversity, they did such a bad job at portraying that. Another one said, Steve just looking like Jack Black in a teal V-neck is so lazy. They didn't even bother to get him to shave.
Yeah.
They didn't get him to have a haircut. He's just Jack Black in a blue shirt.
That comment you made before that was really interesting. That was a very reasonable comment that would now be labeled as racist or sexist because they're criticizing it at all.
Another one said this movie looks to be 100% CGI, so why didn't they just go for animated instead of putting humans in a green screen world? Yeah, that didn't make much sense to me.
I mean, 2 of the biggest movies this year were both animated films. Like, at this point, you're better off just animating it.
It's cheaper anyways, right? I also saw several comments.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Depends on the voice actors they choose for it. But I saw several comments from Notch, the creator of Minecraft, whose net worth is extremely high, estimated about $2 billion. And he confirmed that he does not have a guest appearance in the movie. He has no affiliation with this movie, although that doesn't mean he's not going to make a significant amount of money off of it. But I looked into some of Notch's personal controversies in his past because I knew he had been canceled before and that Microsoft, who now owns Minecraft, has taken great pains to distance themselves from him. In 2017, Notch proposed a heterosexual Pride Day and wrote that those opposed to the idea deserve to be shot. He also wrote that feminism is a social disease and called Zoe Quinn a "see you next Tuesday."
I put a poll. I just so everybody in the chat knows, I put a poll up asking them, will it make money or will it bomb? So
Yeah.
they can add there.
In 2017, he also stated that he believed in the Pizzagate conspiracy theory. He also tweeted in 2019 supporting QAnon, saying Q is legit, don't trust the media.
Bro was just going for it.
I like him.
He's also counter-signaled the transgender movement in the past. And in 2019, Microsoft removed mentions of his name and did not invite him to the 10th anniversary celebration of the game. And a spokesperson stated that Notch's views, quote, do not reflect those of Microsoft and our company values. So he is not affiliated whatsoever, but he had some opinions.
What did he say?
He said, this is a weird feeling. And he said, in response to someone who said this is woke bullshit, he said, save that for when they're pushing it on existing lore. Who cares what the makeup is in a new story? Another one responded to him saying, if I was you, I wouldn't want to be connected to this movie in any way. And he said, other than it being based on work I did 10 years ago, I'm not connected to it in any way. And to me personally, that's fun in a sort of trippy nostalgia way. And I was expecting way worse.
That's sad.
Another one said, I don't remember Steve looking this rough or like a huge douchebag. Notch said, that just makes it funnier to me, but I have a different perspective than the people who actually played Minecraft instead of just worked on it.
Yeah, it's always very different if you're part of the creation of something. It's why I never expect, like, when a movie doesn't come out well, I don't expect the actor to come out and be like, yeah, the movie sucked. Like,
right.
you leave that experience with a very, very different perspective if you worked on something.
He also said, for a movie about a game with literally zero plot, it looks surprisingly fun. I laughed, I think, twice. Yes, the sheep got me. And someone also told him it looks absolutely horrible and nothing like the game he created. And he said, that's kind of why I'm into it. But I get it's probably different for people who played the game.
Yeah, for him, it's kind of like when I was talking about when artists get their songs remixed or something like that, they tend to be more like, oh, I like their take on it. But then other people, we talked about when Beyonce redid a Dolly Parton song, and everybody was upset by it. And Dolly Parton's like, no, that's great, because she, as the creator of the song, has a different relationship to the art than you do as the person who consumed the art.
But the problem with what Beyonce did is that when she covered Jolene, she fundamentally changed the meaning of the song and changed the lyrics to be feminist and empowering.
But I think, like, when you create something like that, it's kind of like when you say a word 1,000 times over in your head, it doesn't have the same meaning anymore. Like, I doubt that when Dolly Parton performs the song, she's not feeling the story of the song anymore. She's just feeling what needs to be done to have the song portrayed the way she wants it to. She's not thinking about what it means.
Yeah. But yeah, I have to point it out because we're all thinking it. It's just horribly predictable that in a movie like this, that we're just going to stick a random obese black woman in it to go like, oh, hell nah. Like, are you not insulted by that? Like, that was the line that was written for you?
That's what's her name. That's Danielle. I forget her last name.
Never seen that woman in my life.
No, she's
Orange is the New Black. She was.
Yeah, she's a pretty big actress these days.
Okay, I'd never seen her before.
No, she's a pretty big actress.
We have another 20 from the Manic Mustache. Late as always, but apropos to the apocalypse, my brother Billy is currently working on permitting to breed red battle pandas.
Oh, shoot.
Nice.
Thought was to defend our lands after end times. Stop adorably powerful mounts. Stay toxic, my friends.
If it doesn't work, you've at least got a great TV show idea there. I would watch anything called Red Battle Pandas.
Yes.
Like Tiger King, but
yes,
Red Panda King.
Yes.
Those little cute guys battling it out.
Sounds fun.
Well, or they transform into like crazy monsters when they're angry.
Yeah.
I like it. Look, I mean, I feel like it underutilized Jason Momoa. Like, he's kind of relegated to the background in several shots.
He was just like making faces at things.
Bro should be in the front, taking up more of the screen.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, IP as big as Minecraft is, which it is, should be handled with seemingly more care, is all I'm saying.
They should have just gone with an animated movie. And I found out there were plans to make a fully animated Minecraft movie in the mid-2010s.
With the dude who created It's Always Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
But somehow that project got trashed, and this is what we got instead.
Yeah.
10 years later.
Imagine him and Charlie Day making a Minecraft movie.
The PR blunder back in 2015 would have been, still being associated with Notch during like Gamergate era. So who knows if that would have turned out well, but this is the slop.
Yeah, and look, we had a list earlier. We ended up cutting it from the show today of like the 5 biggest movies of the year so far, and it's all big budget slop or animated movies.
All of it was derivative. Every single one was a sequel or a spin-off of some kind.
Yeah.
Nothing was original.
Well, Dune had to be.
Dune was on there, so it was. Let me see if I can remember.
Inside Out 2 was on there.
Deadpool
3.
Dune, Despicable Me 4,
Yep.
and then I
was
think
one
Kingdom of
other.
the Planet of the Apes.
No, it was Godzilla X Kong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, derivative and
Everything
and
derivative.
Hollywood slop, and that's the way it is. You know, people come out for the big budget films.
Yeah.
They do.
And the only movies that are getting big budgets are things that are derivative or attached to IP. And that's not a recipe for success, contrary to popular belief.
I mean,
because-
I think it is when it's done right. I think it is when it's done properly. But it's more a matter of how much it costs to make. Like, I don't know what the budget is for this movie.
Probably insane, right?
So I don't know
It
what
must
the budget
be.
is.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, see if
Let
you
me
can
see
find
if I
that.
can find it. I don't know if they've disclosed that yet. I don't know if I can
They
find
might-
it.
they
It
might
might
not
only
have it.
come out later on.
If you're wondering who made the movie, it was made by Jared Hess, who he works with his wife, Jared and Jerusha Hess, who are they're from the Church of Latter-day Saints, and they made Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre. There's your Jack Black connection, and they work together a lot, husband and wife directing team.
So it sounds like I would hope it'd be a decent movie. I mean, the trailer doesn't look like it.
No, and
Those two
look,
movies were
sometimes
good.
trailers fail to capture
Yes.
the vibe of the film, but I don't know if I have that hope for this. Thematically and stylistically, it doesn't appeal to me. But look, if a bunch of kids go and see this, I guess we'll be proven wrong.
Yeah, I will have to follow up when they post the full trailer. This is just the teaser, so we're going to see more of it, but I don't have high hopes. And I never played Minecraft. I just knew a lot of people who did, so I am not personally connected to it, but I'm sure a lot of you in the chat do.
We will wait and see.
Real quick, is he like a real character? Like, who's this Steve person?
Yeah, that's I think that's the titular character.
But
in
the
game.
point being that, like, if it's a story, if it's a game without a lot of actual story, they have room to create, right? There's a difference between a game that has a lot of, like, adapting The Last of Us, which has thousands of, hundreds of cutscenes that tell a specific story,
Right.
and creating something from scratch based on characters that are, loosely based.
Seems like no matter what, they find a way to F it up, so.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.